Hi everyone, this is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamelin, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a collective love reading for all signs and any sign that you may be thinking of. This is a singles reading today. I'm going to be using some charms and some initials. So we're going to call in our spirit guides. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to anybody that's been newly guided here. So take with you what connects to you, leave the rest for everybody else, but let's see what Spirit has for you, what's coming next in love, what is on its way, any guidance. Please use these readings to manifest the love that you are worthy and deserving of, or to confirm a love that's come into your life. Spirit, I ask that you guide me with loving messages for anyone who has found this reading today. What is it that you need us to know? What is it that you need us to hear? I am listening for you now. Let's see what we have, everybody. Singles. What's coming for my singles, or confirmation for my singles? I have bonding. As you get to know each other, discover many things in common. Having things in common at the end of the day is going to make or break a relationship. You definitely want to have the same interests. You want to do the same things. Usually that's what draws you to each other. But I do feel that it was almost an immediate attraction to each other because we have something in common. So that could be something that brings you together. We both like to hike. We both are in a biking club. We both like to go to the same bar, we like to dance, whatever it is. But it's a feeling of we have at least that one thing in common. And then that kind of is how we started. So what is it that you like to do? Maybe your person's doing the same thing. I have T's, the energy of fun and lighthearted, but uncertain. So I'm just going to say lots of flirting. I felt like, which is fun, right? This person, sometimes you're oblivious that somebody's actually flirting with you. It just kind of goes over your head. You're just like, were they flirting with me? But I feel like this is obvious. I feel like it's banter back and forth. I feel like it's just fun loving. Obviously, there's an attraction there. So you definitely know this person's flirting with you and you're flirting back. So that feels fun. Okay. And I have self-love. When you love yourself, this person will come in. Okay. So we're all working on that all the time. We're all putting ourselves first. We're putting ourselves out there. We are putting our energy that we are worthy and deserving, of course. And that whoever comes into your energy is lucky to have you. And I want you to just kind of stay on that path and don't go anywhere. I have a workplace romance at the bottom of my deck. Okay. Maybe for some of you, maybe there's some flirting going on in the office. Be careful. Bonds over a common cause, strengthen romantic feelings. So we could be working on something. We could be on a project somehow. Maybe we work for different companies, but our businesses maybe are collaborating somehow. Maybe we meet it in some kind of business networking event or just out in the business world. But be careful. Be careful with that. But, you never know where you're going to meet your person. Spirit, please share with me. What is it that you have for us? I have a 4 of Swords. I have a 8 of Cups. I have a 10 of Cups. And I have a 7 of Cups. So the 7 of Cups is coming into me probably stronger than a 7 of Cups normally does. And it's not necessarily like there's a lot of different people out there. That's not how it came in. It was more of, where do you put your time? That you're single, you are taking care of yourself, that you have all these choices to where do you put your time, family, friends, you know, going to the gym, being active in nonprofits, you know, whatever, wherever, watching TV, it doesn't matter. But where do you put your time is how that came into me. And it was almost a feeling of use that time wisely with or without somebody. I do feel like you are moving towards this 10 of Cups. This is a period of rest. This is a period of putting something behind you that no longer serves you. I'm in a better place emotionally. I've moved on. So you're definitely in a better place. And that 8 of Cups always tells us there's something better ahead, as opposed to what's behind us. So that 10 of Cups is really what we're striving for. We're striving for you know, the ultimate happiness and emotional fulfillment. So that is what we're walking towards. I'm just going to say it that way, that your path, you know, it's a feeling of walking, just keep walking on your path. But it was a feeling of walking on that path, you know, towards, you know, just being happy. And that's all that matters right now. So just focus on that. And I guess that's why the 7 of Cups was so strong, because they're saying, well, what do you like to do? Where do you put your time? Where do you put your energy, with or without somebody? I have a Queen of Pentacles. I have a Six of Wands. I have a Hermit. And I have a Sun. This person is impressed with you. So maybe it is connected to business, or maybe they, you know, you're working in some kind of career that they ask all kinds of questions about, and they say, that's really interesting. You know, good for you. You own a business, or you are really good at your job, or you're moving up. But I feel like this person's pretty proud of you. And I feel like they're impressed by you. There's a sense of, yeah, of course they are going to be attracted to you, but they could be more impressed with your drive, your personality, that you are successful. Maybe they're impressed by that. Maybe they're impressed by, maybe if you're connected to the public somehow, or you're out in the public, some kind of, I'm going to say, like, wow, who are you? You know, a little bit of a energy like that. But this person is single. I will say they're single. You're single. I feel like we're both available. And it is a feeling of I'm ready. I feel like I'm ready for that beginning. I've been single probably for a little while. I'm getting the number 6. It could be 6 months. It could be 6 years. But I am getting the number 6 for some reason. And I do feel like this person is ready to try again, start over. Their spirit just said there's nothing holding them back to this new beginning, which is really good. And there's no strings attached. I'm asking all the questions for you. There's no strings attached. It's not complicated. They're open. They're open to a relationship. So somebody's coming into your life that's available. I always love emotionally available. I always love, you know, even just physically available. They're not attached to somebody. They're not in the middle of a divorce. They're not separated. They're not, I don't know what I'm going to do. No, this person is going to move forward with this connection. There's my Chariot, and I have a 9 of Cups, and it's somebody that you can see yourself with. I enjoy your company. I enjoy being with you. I also like the way that this person is kind of standing in the middle of a bridge. There's a couple things jumping out at me. There's a little door with this river flowing behind it. So I feel like the door opened with almost like this flood of emotion. And then this standing in the middle of a bridge, and you could be on the other side, you know, like I've already crossed over. I've already moved on. And I'm just waiting to get to the other side. And on the other side is you. They are using the word to safety, but I'm asking why to safety. I'm going to say more of a to feeling at home, okay? That I'm heading towards someone that I feel safe, I feel at home with. I feel secure with. So I feel like that's what Spirit's trying to share with me. So that feels good. Okay, so we've got new love, definitely new love, and emotionally available. So I'll take emotionally available. I have a hammock. Okay, it looks like a Gemini energy. I've got rest, relax, time off, a pause, a vacation. I've been waiting. So I think you've been waiting and they've been waiting, but we've been living our life to the fullest, they're saying. It's not like we're just waiting around and my life is going to start when I meet somebody. That's not really a good place to be. I'm taking good care of myself. I'm healing. They're using the word exploring. Maybe you're exploring new things. Maybe you're learning new things about yourself. Maybe you're just, you know what, I'm living my life to my fullest and I'm going to be happy, you know, no matter what. But I do feel like we're both coming out of a period of rest. I have a Virgo energy. Is that a Virgo energy? Hold on a minute. I need my little Aries. I'm sorry. That's my Aries energy. I've got a shooting star, the number 8, the number 4, quick action. Okay, a wish granted. I love that. A moment in time, passionate, brilliant, passing through. A wish granted. Okay, so that is really, you know, we can say it a lot of different ways. We can say, I've been manifesting, I've been praying, I've been wishing. But eventually all of that energy catches up and it turns into the person who is supposed to be in front of you. And I do feel like that is something that's really miraculous in a sense, because you feel like, this is what I prayed for. This is what I've been wishing for. You're exactly what I have been hoping for. So I love the shooting star. Continue to make a wish. Continue to manifest. Absolutely. I have the number 2. It's happening soon. I'll take soon. The situation or event in question will develop and unfold very soon. I like the little dog. I also like this kind of sense of travel. Like I feel that I'm traveling somewhere. Maybe I'm in an airport, I'm in a train station, but I definitely felt like I'm traveling. So I could be traveling with you. We could be planning a trip. Also this sense of maybe this person takes a train to see you, might have to take a plane to see you. Hopefully it's not a long distance relationship. But it is a feeling of, I'm going to be there soon is how it just came in. So I am going to be there soon. And I have a master, and this is my Capricorn. Yeah, my Capricorn, the number 9, working smart, focus, training, overcoming obstacles, learning a new skill. This person, they're saying, commands a presence. So this person could have a very strong sense of self. Okay, like there's certain people that when they walk into a room, people take notice of them. When they talk, everybody's quiet and they want to hear what they have to say. And it's just their sense of presence. It's almost like an inner power that they have. So this person could be very powerful in their own right, whether it's their intellect, their career, that they're very good at what they do. But they do they have a certain respect that's given to them for some reason, that people respect them. I'm trying to give you an example of somebody who would be, I mean, a lot of people should be respected, but if I'm a doctor, I'm a surgeon, and I walk up to you, everybody's kind of quiet and listens to what the surgeon's going to say, right? So it's that kind of a respect. It's kind of like, I need to hear what this person needs to say. It's important to me. So something's going on around that. And bottom of the deck, I have the number 5. Within a few months, the situation or event has potential to develop within a few months. So the number 5, 5 weeks, 5 days, 5th of the month. But within a few months. So it does feel like it's right around the corner. So I will take that. Can I start to get some clues? Let's get some initials. Maybe for some of you, you might be manifesting with me today, and maybe you'll get some clues, but let's get some initials, first initials, last initials. I have my beautiful little rubber erasers today, and we're going to get a handful of these guys and see what they have for you. Okay, first initial, last initial. I have a Q, I have an H, R, W, I have a U, L, I have a B. I have a bunch of H's. I'm just going to put these on top of each other because I have too many. I have too many H's. So I have H. I have another W. I have an O. I have an E. I have another O. I have a G. Whoop. G. I have an X, V, U, and I have an S, Y, I have a Z, and I have an L. Okay, and then I have some numbers. So let me see what I'm feeling with the numbers. Okay, the number 15. I have a number 8, but I feel like it's August. I have 77. I feel like that's an angel number. I have 34. Could be an age. And I have 46. So let me see if I've got room. So there's my 8, 34, and I have 46. Okay, so those are all your letters, some numbers. Some of you may connect to those. So let me know if that, made any sense to you or that was your person. Sometimes it's kind of fun. Don't worry, of course, if you're not seeing your initials or their initials. This reading is still for you. This reading's for everybody. All right, let's see what else they want you to know about this energy. Spirit, please share with me anything you need me to know at this time. What is coming towards us? Things to look for, any signs, clues, anything. Look for a ladybug. Okay. They're saying a ladybug tattoo. Maybe somebody has a ladybug tattoo. I have a cup of coffee. This person's a coffee drinker. I'm asking what kind of coffee. I feel like it's one person drinks black coffee, and it could be like any kind of coffee. It can be sitting on the coffee pot all day long and they don't care. I feel like it's just like, is that coffee over there? Yeah, it's been there for 6 hours. Okay, fine. It's burnt and the bottom dredges of the pot. They don't care. And then the other person I feel like is more foo-foo. I feel like it's, I have a certain creamer I like. I like it when it's fresh brewed. I have to have it first thing. Like I have all these rules around having my coffee, but I feel like one, it's like hardcore black, and then the other person's got like a very specific creamer, like a pre-made creamer, French vanilla or one of those that are kind of like store-bought, but it's like, that's my thing. So that's your treat, whatever. But big difference there in the coffee drinking is how I feel. I have a casino. I don't think this person's a gambler, but I definitely would say, you know what? I would go to the casinos, a night out. I like to, if I went on a cruise, I like the cruises that have the casinos on them, excuse me. I like Vegas. I like Atlantic City. I like anywhere that has casinos. So maybe it's just I like to play the slots, they're saying, more so than anything. So somebody who, that's kind of a fun night for them. Meeting through a friend, and that looks like at a nightclub for some reason for me. It feels like I met at a restaurant or a meeting out at night. I just, maybe because of the black card, but a friend of a friend. Maybe we're getting introduced. Maybe we're just in the same circles, but we haven't ever met before. You complete me. You're the missing puzzle piece. I like the way you look into my eyes, just came in, that there's going to be that our eyes meet energy. And I'm just going to say one look at your eyes, and I knew, but it's that not everybody you do that eye contact thing with, and sometimes you do that eye contact thing with somebody and you're just like, what is going on? Like, I can't break the eye contact. So that I feel like the eye contact in this connection is very intense. Musician, okay, somebody could play an instrument. They could be a aspiring musician. Maybe that's something they want to do. I have camping. I feel like it's a joke. I feel like it's more of a joke. Not so much that we like to go camping, but camping to me is, like they'll say, yeah, I like to camp in a 5-star hotel, with sheets and room service, like that's their idea of camping. I feel like it's more of a joke, that they're not going camping. There's bugs, there's weird animals, it's cold. I'm not lugging all my stuff into the woods and getting eaten alive. Like I feel like it's like a joke, that I'm not doing that. I'm not going camping. We'll stay at the nice hotel up the street and, and go visit the campground where everybody else is staying. So I feel like it's more like that. I find you incredibly sexy. Nice. So somebody is very attracted to you. I have somebody who's a bookworm. Okay. So somebody who's a little bit more into reading, Kindle. It just came into me, no audio. Okay. So somebody who's listening to books on tape, like maybe driving in the car on the way to work. When they walk, maybe they're listening to books on tape that they download. So that's how they're getting books in. So somebody who's actually listening to books as opposed to reading them. I have meeting in the summer. That feels like summertime, right? So meeting in the summer could be a timeline there for me. And I have chill vibes and I have glasses, but I like this feeling of there's little white lights. It's almost a feeling of like hanging out on the patio. There's little twinkly lights on the backyard, having a cocktail, somebody who has a really nice kind of patio that's all lit up, or screened in porch or lanai or something like that. But I do feel like somebody wears glasses, and then I do like the nightlife. So there was that feeling earlier. We had something in common, and maybe we like to go dancing. Maybe we like to go out to maybe the casino somehow has a dance club or a dance bar. But it feels like and I did feel that I met you at night energy also. So we'll see what they're saying about that. Let's get some charms. Let's see what the charms are saying today. Let's see if we can get some additional clues with the charms. And I have this big, beautiful heart bowl with lots of stuff. And let me get a scoop. This has some signs in it as well. So let me see. I've got letters. Okay. Let me see what these guys say. The number 11, okay, could be November birthday. The number 8 again. So we're definitely seeing 8 twice. That's August. What is this guy? This one's kind of smudged. What does it say? It says in a week, weeks. Okay. I have a Pisces. I have a Scorpio. I have an Aries. I have a letter P. I have a U. I have a Y. I have a A. Okay, here's the glasses. I definitely have glasses. So I've got 2 pairs of glasses. So I could have multiple pairs of glasses. I could have sunglasses that are subscription, and I could have, regular glasses or contacts, but maybe even my sunglasses have to be. So somebody who's got glasses for sure is coming into me. Okay. I have this kind of, all right, I always see these little guys. These are like potted plants with this like flower hat. I always see it like as I want to be a gardener energy. And maybe I don't have necessarily a garden, but I have some potted plants that grow, on my front porch. I have maybe a few things on my back deck. And I go out there and I water them every day with my hose. And, that's as close as I get to gardening, but it makes me feel like I'm doing something. I have a bird, but I don't feel like I have a bird in my home. I feel like birds are important to me more than anything. It could be bird feeders. It could be, I'm always catching birds. I'm always catching cardinals for my lost loved ones. I'm always, maybe the names of a lot of different birds, but it just feels like birds are important to me, like a very avid person who knows a lot about birds. So that could be important to you. I have a beautiful heart. It's coming into me. It has like a filigree pattern to it, but it was more of a you fill my heart because it felt like it has that movement in it. So it was almost like I can feel you filling my heart. So that felt good. What is this little guy? I love to read. Yeah, somebody likes to read. So, but again, that audiobook energy, maybe somebody has to drive, in the car a lot, and the audiobooks help kill the time. I have a jar full of pencils and we all have one of these that I've got something on my desk or my kitchen counter that's just, it's the cup that's filled with all the miscellaneous stuff. And you're like, what is this stuff? And half the pens don't even work. Spirit says every time you pull out the pen, it doesn't work. And it's like, why is this still in here? It doesn't even work. It's been in here for 100 years. It's always the cup of the pens that you don't like. I feel like that's something that's just kind of like one of us has that and the other one's kind of making fun of it. So that's kind of funny. And then I love your lips. I love your lips. Somebody who can pull off red lipstick, somebody who can just looks great, and red lipstick. So that feels fun. Okay. So there you go. There is your charms. And let's see what else they want you to know today. Spirit, do you have any other clues for us? Let me see what they're saying. Spirit, what do you have for us? I have back massages. Okay. So the way they just said it is I feel comfortable enough with you that we can be intimate in other ways other than just sex. So back massages, foot massages, let me rub your shoulders, something like that. I have a first kiss. It's a new connection. It's a new connection. It's exciting. I think this, like, wow, who are you? This first kiss, they had said in the beginning they were really impressed by you. Either well, they think you're sexy. We know that. They like your lips. Somebody likes somebody's lips. So they think you're sexy. Maybe we're having a great time, do-it-yourself projects. So I'm not afraid to get dirty is how that came into me. Maybe I'm trying to fix up my home. Maybe I've got I want to paint a room. I'm trying to move everything from one room to another so that I can redo a room. But it felt like I'm not afraid to jump in and work with my hands. I might not be a professional at it, but I can certainly paint a wall. So it's somebody that's like a do-it-yourselfer, you know, it's somebody that we can do projects together. Maybe that's something that we both like to do. Maybe that's what we have in common, that we actually both like to do projects. Maybe somebody has more skill that they can gut a bathroom, or they can tear up a floor and put down another floor, you know, something along those lines. I have barbecue. Okay, so there's the little twinkly lights in the backyard again. So there's a sense of hanging out. I will say that. There's a sense of normalcy. There's a sense of chilling. Okay, you know, once we get going. So that all feels pretty normal to me. I like normal, but at the same time, they're saying that we also have kind of wine and dine. We have fancy restaurants. So I guess we're going to have a little bit of both. You know, sometimes we go out and we go to some really nice places. And then other times we say, hey, let's just, you know, cook at home and just hang out here. You know, put some steaks on the grill, so to speak. Let's see when. Let's see if they'll give me a timeline. That's always big. They did say summer earlier, and I did have those number 8. So August feels pretty strong to me. Let's see if they'll give me some additional clues. I have September. Okay. Can meet in August and really be rocking and rolling by the fall. I have next month. I'm recording this in July, so that's August again. August is strong. I have the number 29. I have It's Coming. I love that. I love this card. Like, you know what? I'm not going to worry about when. I'm not. I'm just going to stay on the path that I'm meant to be on. What did they say earlier? They said something about that earlier with this feeling of you're walking your path towards happiness, they had said. So you're already on your path. Bottom of the deck, they're saying Halloween. So I'm going to say we could end into Christmas and into winter. You know, this always makes me feel like I always feel so hopeful when I get this kind of seasonal cards, because I feel like if I were to meet them today, it's Spirit's way of saying, hey, we have so much to look forward to. It would be our first Halloween. It would be our first Christmas, the first New Year's together. So we're heading into these kind of change of seasons, and we'd still be together. So I always love when Spirit kind of shares with me these first. So we do have a lot of firsts. We have a lot of firsts. We have the first kiss, could be our first, all these kind of events coming up. You know, every season has something to celebrate. So, and Spirit, can I have some loving messages? What is it that you have for us? Loving messages. I know what love is because of you. So that just came into me as, I don't remember the last time I felt this kind of secure, I guess, within a relationship. Like you're going to know where you stand, or you're not going to worry about, do they want to be with somebody else, or is this going anywhere or not going anywhere? So I guess we're just going to know that we want to be with each other and just enjoy each other. I regret not taking action sooner. Okay, maybe somebody's out there thinking of you. Maybe somebody has been flirting with you for a little while and they should have pulled the trigger a long time ago, but maybe they're ready to do it now. You are the only person for me. I love that. I don't have the courage to face you. So I'm going to say maybe they were afraid of getting rejected. And sometimes that flirting is you're waiting for somebody to make the first move, and neither one of you make the first move. So the best thing you have to do is just say, are you flirting with me, or do you want to go out with me? Like, what are you doing? And they go, I want to go out with you. Okay, then let's go out, because otherwise you're just one big, huge tease. I compare everyone I meet to you. Beautiful. Okay. I pretend that everything is okay, but I'm hurting inside. Maybe they were working on getting over something and they weren't quite ready, especially if you feel like you have been waiting for them to make a move, if there's somebody that you're thinking of. Because Spirit said they're emotionally available in the beginning of this reading and they're not tied to anything. So sometimes people wait until they feel that. They feel like I definitely have a clean slate, and I can honestly say to somebody, there's nobody in my life, on that first date. I must confess that I am in love with you. How gorgeous. So we're going to put this out into the universe. I think it's going to be a beautiful, I'm going to say list of firsts, like lots of firsts. And I think that that's what I want you to look forward to today. I want to thank Spirit for these messages. How gorgeous. If you are new to my channel, please remember to hit that like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, comment below, claim it, own it, it's yours. Just a reminder, I've been telling everybody I don't answer private questions in the comments. However, on my website, I do have a mini reading. It's one question. It's a 10-minute recorded reading, similar to the card readings that I do here on YouTube. I return them within 24 to 48 hours as an email. And that is $45. That's my smallest reading. So if you're interested in a question, that would be a way to do it. Otherwise, you can book a reading with me. I'd love that. And my website is kathymamelin.psychicmedium.com. I hope you enjoyed your messages today, and we'll see you all again in another love message reading real soon. Have a great day, everybody.